Hello, how are you? And I hope everything goes well. For our today's session, we are going to start working with our third module. So don't forget that it's very important to take into account the whole information about it, yes? So right there, we're going to see like some specific details in this regard. Okay, so this one is our third module, is the last one. The idea of the three objectives we have decided to establish for this session is the first one, to show the important days and deadlines for the activities. Muy importante que ustedes tengan en cuenta, chicos, las fechas límite para cada una de esas actividades, que ustedes conozcan las instrucciones por cada una de ellas y hagan uso práctico del vocabulario que se les suministra por cada uno de los módulos, to know instructions for the activities for the second model, and to practice some useful vocabulary for the model. So right here, the idea for operating systems is the name of the model. Those are the days. Recordemos que tenemos desde el 16 hasta el 23 de este mes, seguido del 23 hasta el 30, right, de este mes. Tenemos el 35% que nos queda de este módulo restante. Y no olviden las fechas de presentación. Okay, then we have the syllables, the glossary, and topics. The principal topic is modal verbs. So, remember when we were talking about the glossary at the very beginning of the process, I already talked to you that you're going to submit 5 different sense, yeah, through these cards. That's very important that you take into account. Remember the criteria of the evaluation about the glossary. If you haven't done, okay, there is time to continue doing the other or the missing ones. Okay, this one is information about everything which you knew already. Modal verbs, we have might, may, will, probably, should have, might have, must, and have to. There are different modal verbs you can use. So we're going just to try to recover some information in regards to this topic. Examples: can, be able to, can't, could, may, might, must, have to, need, mustn't, don't, haven't. All right. In the case of the first example, if I say he can find any store in London, you can take a taxi. Can you take me to the Victorian Station? All right. En el primer caso estamos hablando de una habilidad, en la segunda de una sugerencia y en la tercera de una petición. Como ustedes ven aquí, la opción o la mejor opción para cada uno de estos enunciados hace referencia a la intención del hablante, right? He can find an store in London. It's an ability, yes. You can take a taxi, it's a suggestion. Or can you take me to the Victorian station? Is a request. It depends according to the information you really want to gather. And also, we have be able to. Is when we use it to talk about abilities. He's able to find an history in London. He's able to study languages. He's able to do exercises and so on. Can't. That is certain can be true. Certainty that something is impossible. Cuando estamos casi seguros de que algo es imposible de que ocurra, vamos a hacer uso del can't. Can be true, can be false, can be from this person or whatever. Okay, let's continue. When we have could, yes, it's because we really want to talk about an ability, a suggestion, or a request. Most of the time it's referring to the past. Cuando utilizamos el could a diferencia del can es porque estamos hablando, recordando ciertos eventos que ocurrieron en nuestro pasado. Por eso hacemos uso de este tiempo modal. Okay. So, may. It may be quicker to travel by train. May I come in? All right, possibility or formal request or permission. Might. It might be quicker to travel by train. Possibility as well. Must. You must be back at 10 o'clock. Look at the snow. It must be cold outside. You have to be back at 10 o'clock. You need to study a lot. You need have a university degree, and you mustn't drive without a license. And those are examples according to modal verbs. Entonces, habíamos dicho que en el caso del may hace referencia a alguna posibilidad, alguna petición que sea formal o algún permiso. En el caso de must is just like an obligation, and that's it. For the case of have to, need to, tú tienes que hacer tal cosa o tú debes hacer. Si lo explicamos de esa manera es porque nosotros estamos refiriéndonos a algún tipo de regla u obligación que tiene que cumplir una persona. Lack of obligation, cuando tenemos por lo contrario la falta de obligación. Y en el caso de el mustn't in negative, is referring to it. Okay. The use of might and may, and the use. All right. Now we're going to start like working with like a little bit like an explanation according to those modal verbs. Cuando utilizamos el might, cuando estamos hablando de peticiones formales, might I ask you a question? Might we just interrupt for a moment? Or when we are not sure about something, cuando pensamos que algo es probable, utilizamos también ese verbo modal. I might see you tomorrow. I might see you tomorrow. It looks nice. Bright need that very expensive. It's quite bright. It might not rain today, right? It's a probability. To make a polite request like may I borrow that car tomorrow, or may we come a bit later? When we use may not for a refusal, it is emphatic. So you may know and you may know. All right. The use of the modal verb could have and should have. When we use it for the could have, it means that something was possible in the past or you had the ability to do something in the past but you didn't do it. For example, the cat could have been together with Andrea because she found died, right? Or something like that. They could have won the race, but they didn't try hard enough. Si nosotros decimos, ellos pudieron haber ganado la carrera, pero no intentaron lo suficiente, porque estamos expresando algún tipo de arrepentimiento. Ellos pudieron hacerlo, pero no. I couldn't have arrived earlier, so what we can say, there was a terrible traffic jam. It was impossible for me to have. The use of modal verbs should have. It means that something wasn't a great deal, but you didn't eat anyway. Cuando algo no nos parece, no estamos completamente de acuerdo, pero aún así hacemos este tipo de acción, vamos a utilizar el should have. So I should have studied harder because I didn't or I failed my test. I should have driven to Barranquilla because it is a good place to go and relax. She should have gone to bed early because she had already put on her pajama. Pajama. All right. Later, we express an idea using a modal verb. The idea right here is you're going to see different pictures, different images, and you have to create a sentence for each of them. So don't forget to participate right here in the video class, or just with you to look at right there what are the comments you're going to describe, and what are the answers about them, right? Perhaps if you really want to make questions, but if not, just create positive or negative sentence. For instance, he should have driven carefully. She should have driven slower. What about this boy? What we can say? This boy should have taken the medicine on time. He could have drink a lot of water. Drink or drunk or drunk, right? Is the correct verb. Remember that for this modal verb, recordemos que para esos verbos en pasado que expresamos algún tipo de arrepentimiento, vamos a utilizar el could have o should have, porque hacemos caso a ese tipo de situaciones. Pero también el verbo que le sigue va a ir con el verbo en pasado participio. So should have done, should have missed, should have listened, all of them. Okay, right here. What can you say according to those pictures? She should have studied more. Hmm. She should have been more careful, and so on. Okay. So our first activity is the following. The idea is that you are going to use those modal verbs that I already explained. You are going to include at least 10 sentences using these modals, and remember to use a visual aid to support your presentation. Pueden hacer uso de presi, pautum, and so on. Don't forget, like the final task is to make a presentation by using Prezi, PowerPoint, or Powtoon, right? Those are three applications you can use at the moment you start creating your own presentation. All right. So if you have any questions, just let me know. And remember that finally we have our final test that is going to be in 2 weeks maybe you're going to take right there, so don't forget it. This information is pretty important. I hope that this topic is clear for you. You are doing like your best, but okay, there is important that you participate a little bit more in those video classes, because you can take advantage of them, or each of them. Those are pretty important. We really want to focus on all the details you really want to learn about, and that's going to be very good if you have any possibility to start working on your own, doing some activities as required. Okay, bye bye, have a great day.